Child, tuck yourself in bed and let me tell a story of Lemuria, a long-lost kingdom, and a girl born for glory.
Hello everyone, it's Life of Pet here. This is my first video and it's a preview of Child of Light on PS4. So no review here, it's probably about the first hour of the game, my first impressions, to let you know if it's good or not really. So what happens is you're this girl called Aora, I think that's how you pronounce it. You wake up in this world, in this magical world. You don't know where you are. I'm not going to go into the future because I don't know what's going to go on. I don't like to watch reviews myself. I just like to watch a preview and then decide myself if I want to buy the game or not. I feel a bit review spoil it. So this is just really footage of the first, 45 minutes of the game. So, but what you'll see straight away is how beautiful it looks. It looks so gorgeous, this game. I actually bought the deluxe edition. It was only like £3 more, but I bought it because it came with the art book. So the art looks fantastic. I mean, I think it's the same engine that Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends used, maybe, because obviously it's Ubisoft making the game, and it's just gorgeous. They've done a great, like, effort. The team that's made this, Ubisoft, done a great effort. You can see things move around, like this one I'm jumping here to show off that the river does move around, and you've got little insects flying and thunder and rain, and it just looks fantastic. The watercolors look great. So anyway, you wake up in this world, uh, and then all of a sudden you come and you find this beautiful drawn, hand drawn tree, and I think she breaks down in a bit. Yeah, there you go. So she breaks down and she starts crying like, "Where is everyone?" I'm not going to spoil the stories what's happened, so go out and see it yourself if you want to buy this game. But this is where you're introduced to your companion, which is a raindrop, I believe. Again, in the deluxe edition, a little keychain came with him. Actually, it's quite good. A little keychain, it lights up. But yeah, you become friends with this. I think it's a raindrop, but it glows, so it's probably not. Anyway, it says firefly. I've just noticed that now. How is that a firefly though? Um, all right. Anyway, so call it what you want. This drop, you start to find out that he can cast shadows with L2. I'm playing on the PlayStation 4, by the way. You control him with your right stick, and you control the girl with your left stick. And soon enough, you're like accomplishing puzzles together, and it works really well. It does work really well. So he always follows you around, and then you can tell him where you want to go specifically with the right stick. What's happened here is I'm accomplishing this really early puzzle, and it's just where you find for your first time the sword, and it basically becomes a classic JRPG. I say classic JRPG. There's platform elements into it, there's puzzle elements, and so on. But from now on, it does become you know, a basic JRPG. I say basic because it's not as complicated as like Final Fantasy games and Persona games and so on. But saying that again, it's just the first half of the games. I don't know how complicated it gets. The fight system is really good. It's you can see here you've got a timeline. It is turn-based. This is literally the first fight of the game, so all I can do is basically melee and use a potion and defend. Um, so anyway, I can only fight when I'm in the cast, in the red bit where it says cast. That's when I can only cast my attack, my form of attack. In the waiting, I'm literally waiting to play. And you see there's a timeline, so when someone reaches it, then you can play. Because the enemy was in the cast time as well, he gets pushed back. Now he's back in the cast time, he can attack me and so on, and you go back and forth trading blows like this. It does get a bit more complicated in a bit, which is good. Oh yeah, you've got these little trees there, and it gives you HP and MP. At the moment, I don't actually have any magic power, but I do develop it shortly, so you won't be waiting too long to get them skills and so on. But it's quite interesting because there is some tactics in it as well. You'll probably see it better in this match. So, all right, I'm in the cast zone, right? So what I've done here, this little glowing guy that can glow, he also makes enemies dizzy, right? So when they're dizzy, they move slower, and not only do I mean physically move slower, I mean they move slower in the line underneath. So where you'll see his mate, which is there's two of them there on the timeline, his mate will run forward, and because I'm shining on him, he'll be slower. So what I do is I hit his mates. I've developed now, so I'm quite powerful. So I've killed him in one. I'm glowing on him, so he's slower, and I've actually beat him again. And I've set my second attack on him, and he hasn't hit me once. So I've actually killed both enemies without the second one, without any of them moving. but without the second one even having a chance. So so yeah, it does get interesting. And then obviously you've got your skills. What I would say is, I mean, I've only been playing this for an hour, but I'm pretty sort of getting all these skills pretty quickly. So I don't know how short the game is. I thought it was around 12 hours from what I was reading. But but again, for 12 quid, I mean, it's not going to be complicated or too long, is it? What I was surprised was this crafting element. I hadn't read anything about this. You got sort of these free spots here, and you can add things that you pick up in items, and from fights you pick up different elements and items. You can craft them to make better items, right? What the items do is they give you different abilities. So for instance, I had that small little blue stone there, and I think it says 5%. What does it say? 5% chance of evading. Where if I form three of them and craft them, I get that big one, which is 10%, and so on. So really, you start to form, you start to play around with different items to form a good layout for yourself. And it's a bit sort of, then you put it on. This is a bit later, so you put it onto your attributes, and it's like one for your sword, one for your armor, and so on. A bit like how you do in Minecraft as well. You craft things, and then you put them onto yourself. I'm just showing this now because obviously you got your potions and so on that you pick up and find in treasures and find in matches and so on. But yeah, that's really the game. I think the game itself, it's a download only game, which is fine, fair enough. And what I love about it is only £12. So I mean, if you're going to be doing a download game, then well done to Ubisoft for doing it right and giving us a £12 game. The deluxe edition itself was £15, something like that. So yeah, the price is great. It looks great. I'm pretty excited to play this game. I've probably played it now for about hour and a half, 2 hours. So I'm just at the start, but I can't wait for a bit more, hard enemies to come, and bosses and so on. But it looks like it's going to be a good game. If you're not a big fan of RPGs, it looks good to you, then you probably would enjoy it because it's a very simple RPG. So don't be intimidated by it. It's a very simple RPG. I mean, if you've played something like the South Park RPG, which I think was quite simple, it's along them lines. At the moment, it's even more simple than that. So so yeah, what I would say is definitely give it a try. I won't be doing a full review or anything like that, but I will be doing other reviews in the future, or previews more likely. So yeah, if you enjoy this video and you want to see more, like the video, subscribe. This is my first video, so I don't have any subscribers. So if you want to be the first subscriber, then go on and do it. It'll be good. If you want to follow me on Twitter and we can chat about games and all the rest of it, then do that. My Twitter is lifeofpet. And yeah, take care. Bless.